Hello, Percy.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy R.A.S, and today I'm going to be going over Chainsaw Man chapter 122. And I mean, the chapter isn't technically out yet, but we got the English scans, so let's just get straight into it. But before we get into this video does contain heavy Chainsaw Man manga spoilers, so if you are anime only and you just don't want to get spoiled, please do not watch this video. Thank you. Okay, so a recap of chapter 121. So when Asa and Yoshida meet, Yoshida tells Asa that he wants her to stay away from Denji, but doesn't explain why. And when Nayuta senses the nastiest devil sin ever, while Asa is walking home, we see a dead body just randomly hits the ground. Yoru takes over Asa's body immediately, and as they both look up, we see the whole apartment complex staring back down at them. And this is where chapter 122 picks up. Okay, we see the Famine Devil at a restaurant, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to eat, of course, and it's all unhealthy stuff like cake and ice cream. But it cuts to the outlook of the restaurant, and we see Yoshida sitting across from her as she tells the waiter to order 5 of everything she said. We learn that Yoshida asked the Famine Devil out to a restaurant for a chat, and as he says, I know it's on me, but you don't gotta order all that, right? So the Famine Devil is like, well, you asked me to come, so whatever the price is, it's on you. So Yoshida pauses and is just like, I didn't expect you to come, Fammy. And then he's like, or should I call you the Famine Devil instead? So the Famine Devil just responds saying, call me Fammy. So Yoshida repeats the name and then says, like, from what I've heard, devils aren't good at picking names. And then he asks the Famine Devil, but you're not trying to hide your identity, like why, right? So the Famine Devil responds saying if she was exposed, it wouldn't bother her. Then she asks Yoshida, like, why did he call her there in the first place, right? So Yoshida responds saying, well, it's not really a rumor, but it's an urban legend floating around. Yoshida continues to say, Nostradamus' prophecy in July of 1997, the King of Fear will descend from the sky. The prophecy describes such an event would predict the extinction of mankind. And although the event is sparking some discussions and TV reports, this matter has public safety very concerned. So they conducted an experiment letting 30 criminals make contracts with the Future Devil in exchange for freedom. And all the criminals asked the Future Devil the same question, like when they were going to die. Okay, so some background info on Nostradamus. Nostradamus is a real-world figure, and he's a French astrologer and physician whose prophecies earned him fame and loyalty to his country during his lifetime. He was born in 1503, and in centuries since his death, people have credited him with accurately predicting pivotal events in history, even from, the French Revolution to the rise of Adolf Hitler to the terrorist attacks of 9/11 and even the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. And basically, in the Chainsaw Man universe, he predicted that mankind would extinct in July of 1997, basically. Anyways, Yoshida then says the results were surprising, saying among the prisoners, 23 of them actually got the prophecy of dying in July of 1999. So the Famine Devil is like, okay, and what does that have to do with me? Yoshida then says, we know you're involved in this, and public safety thinks your actions are related to this prophecy. As the Famine Devil just sits there, Yoshida says he's been given orders to interrogate her, and if she won't speak, then she'll have to be handled as a devil. So I really don't know if Yoshida is just that confident, or public safety just has some kind of crazy trump card that Yoshida just knows about. But if we really think about it, Yoshida really just sat there and threatened one of the 4 horsemen, which are one of the strongest devils. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Anyways, the Famine Devil then says that the 7 remaining prisoners will all die this week alone. She also says that just 40 seconds ago, a devil appeared in the resident area East District, and it's the first devil responsible for making the world fall into the abyss of fear. She continues to say the name of the true source of fear. The name is, and then it cuts back to the district, and we see this couple, just sitting down watching television. So the guy says that his boss at work is talking to him about getting a new promotion next month. And the girl responds saying, congratulations, and they both agree that, it's good news. So the girl asks him about, like, is his salary getting raised? So the guy responds saying, like, yeah, probably, but, I'm not sure. And then he asked the girl, like, if he could buy a car. So the girl is like, nah, like, your motorcycle is good enough. Like, there's no reason why you should need a car. But then all of a sudden the guy starts listing off problems like how insurance and maintenance takes a lot of money. And he asked the girl, like, wouldn't it be better if they were dead, right? So the girl looks at the guy and agrees, saying sure. So they both randomly get up and start walking towards the balcony. And as they get there, the guy looks down and he sees a car, and he says car out loud, and then they proceed to jump off the balcony. So we see this horrific panel of them falling and their bodies hitting the ground, instantly dying. Then we see Yoru looking up at the complex to see this crazy sighting of all these people jumping off, falling to their deaths. We then see Yoru's face as she's in shock at what she's seeing, as all these people are just jumping off, falling to their deaths. So Yoru prepares herself using a ruler she had and making it into a sword. But then, as all the bodies are on the ground, they start moving, and we see Yoru standing there with her ruler sword trying to process what exactly she's seeing. So the bodies like cluster together, manifesting something. So Yoru starts to panic, saying, oh, I'm wrong, like I can't fight her. So she drops her bag, and we see the body of this devil still manifesting as we get this full panel of Yoru just running away, and we see the devil's body in the back. And that's the end of chapter 122. Okay, so my final thoughts, this was a crazy chapter, and there's a couple things that we have to talk about. So Yoshida has to be either super strong up to this point in the story, or either public safety has a massive trump card in their sleeve, because he's over here making threats to like one of the four horsemen like it's just a regular other devil, right? Okay, so 2, the Famine Devil is very vague with her answer to Yoshida's question, but I think we all know using context clues, and like we can infer that she has to be talking about the Death Devil, and I think it's finally arrived in Chainsawman. Okay, and 3, so we know all the other 3 of the horsemen are all females, so it would only be right for the Death Devil to be, a female. And something that I noticed is, remember that guy randomly saying like, wouldn't it be better if we were both dead to the girl, and then the girl just randomly agrees, and then they both like fall off to their death. Like, if we remember, as Asa's walking, she was telling herself that she'd be better off dead too. So I think it's safe to say like one of the Death Devil's powers is it kills any human like that's just in its vicinity. But the trick is like, it doesn't work on devils. That's why Yoru wasn't thinking to kill herself when she took over like Asa's body. So I think this kind of reminds me of, so I don't know if anybody's watched Bleach, but there's a spada in Bleach called Baragon, and his literal power was to make things older. Like, no matter if he got close to it, he could age things, and like he could age your arm, and your arm would just start falling apart and turning into like a skeleton, right? And then he'll start aging the top of the roof, and then the roof will start rotting away. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, all right? But if y'all enjoyed this vid, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. R.A.S out. Bye.